Hello Cancer and welcome to my channel GreenLion Goddess Tarot. This is your fortnightly reading for May the 16th through to the 31st. So we're kind of starting with the full moon lunar eclipse in your sister water sign Scorpio. So this is a big full moon energy that kicks off this reading because it's also the Wesak full moon, which is the moon of Buddha's enlightenment. We've got the Chariot, your card, fantastic coming out. This is your major arcana in the deck, the card of Cancer. The Chariot, discipline and determination. Wow. Okay. So this is where you're just moving forward with something. When I was meditating, I got this vision of you've seen something you've been given this glimpse of something from spirit, very high up in spirit, where it's like you've never seen anything quite like this before, I would say, or just felt it, like there's some kind of inner knowing or intuition or that comes through and it suddenly shows you, it's like a guiding light, I guess. It shows you the path or shows you what it is that you truly want or that something is possible. So this is a fantastic energy to come through because I feel like what happens then is that you're ready to throw yourself into something. So with this, the energy of the Chariot is overcoming obstacles and, it is with this sense of there's this path now and you're ready to kind of do what it takes. So it's got this discipline and determined energy that's going along with it, which I think is really fascinating. I do feel like it's a slow build. It's a slow move forward. It's not, you can't stop this. This is kind of happening, this energy. We've got Sword 8, Mercury, Gemini coming through. So it's like overcoming any kind of limitations that may be like some kind of a web that is trapping you at this moment. And it's just like, it's like you're threading your way through this web. It's kind of interesting. We've got High Priest, Venus, Taurus, Moon coming in for you as well. So there's your rule of the moon. And yeah, it's kind of saying this is a big commitment. I feel like you're throwing yourself into something that it feels like it's got a higher purpose to you. Like I said, it just feels like, okay, I want to be doing that. And I know I'm just going to do it no matter what is being thrown at me at this moment in time. So we've also got Cup 8, Neptune, Pisces, and Sword 10, Uranus, Gemini. Fantastic. Wow. Okay. So in this process of moving forward, you are saying no to something that has been deeply unfulfilling for you. So it's kind of like you're overcoming these limitations that have been kind of blocked you from moving into this really, and you're actually moving forward into it with a sense of higher purpose, which is really beautiful. So yeah, this is you're saying no to that limited way of thinking or limitations around you that have kept you in a place where you felt like you were just couldn't, like I said, couldn't move forward, or that it felt unhappy, like an unhappy place. But this is where you've kind of been able to close that door, put an end to something, shut a chapter of some sort and let go of some belief systems that were holding you back. It's now saying something is really possible and you've seen that. So it's really quite an amazing energy. A lot of power in this moment of moving forward and having this clarity, which feels really fantastic. We have the Two of Pentacles crossed by the High Priestess and the Lover's card. So a lot of Gemini coming in for you here as well. So choices, a lot going on inside of your mind. Might be having a lot of conversations with people about something that you're kind of really considering and going back and forth over here. So interesting energy to come through, Cancer. While we're at it, I just want to let you know that this reading is for Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. Always recommend to watch all three of your placements if you know where they are, because they give you the fuller picture of what's going on for you. And this is just a general reading, Cancer. Take what feels right and leave the rest. And if it does really resonate, there will be an extended reading and the link for that will be in the description box below. So a big choice lies ahead. A big choice is looming here. Let's get the full picture here. After a bit of soul searching, you've kind of realizing that you might have to step into something that for whatever reason has felt stagnant or on hold at this moment in time, but I see you stepping into it. Oh, very nice. And we have the Five of Cups. Okay. So this feels very much related to a relationship of some sort, some sort of connection or a deepening of a bond, because I see you kind of connecting deeper and overcoming any kind of obstacles when it comes to committing to something or someone or working with something that you really, really love. So yeah, interesting. You've got the Two of Pentacles, which is where you're kind of weighing something up heavily here. You could be feeling a bit ambivalent. You might have something that's kind of this is you between two different energies trying to find the balance here. And it's like, oh, which one, which way, which way, which way. And it may be that you've been juggling some energies, you know, you've been juggling, however, this could be work-life balance, this could be relationship balance, this could be money, it could be health. It's just a sense of something's been a little bit out of balance here. And you haven't been able to trust your intuition as well on it. You're not sure whether to. So that's kind of interesting because you've got the Lovers card coming in, and it's kind of like it's interesting because often I say this is all about trusting your intuition, and you have been shown something really clearly, but what you've been shown is something that was trapping you inside of your own mind. So this is about clearing something in your head, like something you believed or some thoughts that have been belief systems that have been stopping you. So it's actually your mind is being made up. There's a choice that needs to be made here, and it is coming in through your logical mind. It's not necessarily your intuition. Intuition's already shown you the vision, and then it's up to your mind to say yes to something and no to something else. So there is this big choice in your conscious mind here, and it may actually be that you're thinking about somebody as well. It could be a soulmate energy around you, which is actually really a lovely energy, or wanting to connect to something that is more soul aligned and soul connected. At the base, you got the Three of Pentacles. So this is kind of, it feels like all at the very beginning of a new cycle. This is kind of what's coming in. So there's like an assessment of who you want to be connecting to, what sort of things you want to be doing, who you want to be working with. Like the Three of Pentacles at the root of the issue is around collaboration, who you're working with, and productivity. What are you making as a result? So it's also at the root of it is self-worth. So it's really about the energies that you want to be, or the people that you want to be bouncing off and working alongside with. This doesn't have to necessarily be to do with your work. It can be quite literally about, the Three of Pentacles is about mastering something, mastering a skill, mastering some kind of, it can be soul mastery as well. So I do feel like there's just this sense of something is being smoothed out, and there's a level of mastery, soul mastery coming through, which is really lovely, or mastery of something coming through. And it's, I feel like you can kind of, you've been asked to kind of step into something and use some skills, or to get better at something. Now, this could definitely be because we've got the card of love coming up and the Lovers here. This is definitely, and we've got the Ace of Cups. You're wanting love here, some kind of emotional renewal, some stepping into a new cycle, or something beautiful is birthing in your life here. So it really is an assessment of the people that you want around you and how you want that to be working. So I do feel like there's been a bit of soul searching here with the Hermit energy, soul searching, or kind of going deep within and connecting into your body perhaps, and just trying to find the path ahead. It has felt like it's been hard to kind of see where a relationship is going, or where a commitment is going at this moment in time in the recent past. So this is where you're kind of like, do I want to keep putting in some effort and time with this? And this is where in the near future you've got the Moon card. So I do feel like it's kind of interesting because the Moon, I do think, I think your intuition's quite clouded on this, to be honest, Cancer. This could be a little bit of fear and confusion coming in the near future. around letting go of that energy that you know you have to. So this is you, the Hanged Man, which is interesting. We're talking about the Wesak full moon, because I feel like that it's the moon of enlightenment. So is the Hanged Man, is the opportunity for enlightenment to come in through quite literally flipping the way that you're seeing something, or seeing something from a totally different angle. But also it's about what is it that you need to sacrifice and let go of. So where in your life are you a little bit disembodied, or you're feeling disempowered as well? So it's an interesting energy, because it's like you've been shown this moment of clarity about where it is that you want to go. But then all these energies come in and cloud it, and it could be fear or confusion or doubt that comes in, and it's kind of like, I don't know if I can do that. I saw that that was possible, but all the old reasons and excuses and things that come in, little thoughts are coming back saying, you can't do that, or this could have this consequence. You don't want to do that because then this could happen, and then it becomes all like blah, 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 clouded. So the Hanged Man is kind of like where you might be feeling a little bit like something is just kind of nothing's happening at this moment in time with something. You're just feeling a little bit stagnant, to be fair. And so there is conflict around with the Five of Wands of getting motivated, because the Chariot energy is like wanting to overcome this. It's wanting to get to where you've seen you could get to. But then there's this Chariot energy is perhaps there's a lack of motivation or confusion around it. It's also this sense of wanting to do better or be better in some aspect of your life. And it's kind of like you had a point where you're like, I'll get to there and that's my level. And the universe is kind of saying, well, maybe your level could be up here. Maybe you could be leveling up in some way, which is kind of interesting. But I do feel like there's conflict about stepping into this. Hopes and fears, you've got the Ace of Cups, which is the start of a new cycle where, like I said, it is the birth of something beautiful. It's the birth of love. It's the birth of joy. It's the birth of doing something that brings this into your life. So I do feel like these is kind of some deeper things that you're questioning and wondering here. But I do see you stepping into something here with the Page of Wands, the Two of Cups. After a lot of consideration and you're kind of overcoming those fears and doubts that were stopping you, or at least clouding it for the moment. And it's like, I'm going to step into this. I saw what it was. I'm just going to take those initial steps. And it's got the Two of Cups next to it, which is the card of relationships and love. So for some of you, this is stepping into a new relationship coming in, or being ready to open up to love and new relationships. So this is kind of really interesting. For some of you, this is starting something new with an already existing relationship. So it's like you're starting a new cycle with this person. But it just feels like you're overcoming whatever it is that was blocking you in the first place, which is fantastic. As an overall energy, we've got this Five of Cups energy, which is you don't want to be stuck for too long in this energy of mourning the past, because I feel like part of the things that are blocking you is that you know you're about to step into a whole new cycle here with a relationship, or with relationships and love in particular, or doing something that you love, because the Page of Wands can be something creative. It can be messages coming in around your career. But it's saying, yes, there have been things that in the past cycle that have hurt you, but it's about bridging the gap to the future and seeing that those two cups are still standing. And so it's overcoming losses, really, and to the point where they're no longer kind of having power over you. And there can be a mourning of the past, of what it is that you're leaving behind, because you're stepping into something new. So you could be leaving something really nice behind as well. And this mourning process comes in where you're realizing, I can't live in that house anymore, or I can't do that job anymore, or whatever it is. You're stepping into something, opening up to this new possibility, which feels fantastic. But at the same time, it's acknowledging the process. It's a process, and it's acknowledging the past and acknowledging the passage of time and acknowledging what you've been through. So, yeah, it's interesting, but you're not letting yourself be held back, which is the fantastic news. It says, I am at peace. I love it. This is your affirmation card. Divine peace and harmony surround me and dwell in me. I feel tolerance, compassion, and love for all people, myself included. So that's a beautiful energy, because I feel like those energies are about what is opening you up. It's a kind of a deep heart opening that's coming through here for you, Cancer, which is absolutely beautiful. And there's this deep sense of healing and renewal that comes through with it. But you've been given the choice to step into, to move beyond that old cycle now and to step into something new. So it is your choice. Exactly. So we've got the fleur-de-lis coming in as your charm. And this is kind of always speaks of tradition. It speaks of status. It speaks of history. And so it's, very much a sense of going over some old history. It could be very much related to family and tradition and what that means for you, what sort of, where you feel like you belong, your roots. But it's also a symbol of, I think you're potentially staking a new claim here. So it's, it's steeped in tradition. So it's kind of, I don't feel like you're throwing out the baby with the bathwater. I think you're taking the good from the past and then creating a new future, but you've still got this sense of, deep sense of belonging and identity that is part of this, which is part of the new that you're stepping into. So it's an interesting energy to come through for you, Cancer. I think it's actually a really beautiful energy. And ultimately, you've got the Chariot, which is you, which is discipline and determination coming in to get to where it is that you want to get to, which is fantastic. So I'm going to take it over to the extended reading now, where we're going to look at what's happening in the near future, moving beyond, shutting that chapter, saying no to some energies that are just feeling a bit funky or unfulfilling or a bit lost and confused, and actually picking something up and owning something and choosing a direction here, particularly related to love and relationships. So let's see where that's all heading. Once you step into this, it's all new. It needs to be developed. There's new feelings developing or new possibilities developing and opening up within relationships in general. Let's see what energies, let's look further into the future and see what energies are coming in with this, what energies are being supported around this, any other intuitive messages and where this is all going. So that's in the extended reading. Would love it if you come over. The link is in the description box below, and I usually pin the link to the comments as well. And if this is where we're leaving each other, Cancer, thank you so much for joining me, and please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment.